ladies, would you date a guy that is shorter than you?
No.
Would you be,
That's the story of my life.
Would you be attracted to a guy who is, like, say, an inch shorter than you?
Yeah.
You'd be attracted.
I mean, I'm taller than everybody in this room. So.
Well, yeah. You know,
How tall are you?
So
I'm 6'1".
See, tall
Amazon.
girls
Love
have
it.
to. They kind of have to go. You know what?
Yeah.
There ain't too many guys that are tall.
There's not.
So
I'm literally
let
in like the
myself-
1% of my height.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're 6'1". You're way below 1%.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you're
really?
like, yeah.
Really?
You're way below 1%. Yeah.
Yeah. So, ladies, but would you be interested? Would you be aroused by, attracted
No.
to a guy who is shorter than you?
I'm 5'2", so hell no.
No.
Okay.
Typically,
good.
no, but I have in the past.
You have in the past,
Like
because
random,
you're like-
but then I always ask myself, I'm like, am I attracted to this person, or are they the best option around right now? And if that's usually the thing that'll stop it. I was like, okay.
So it's a grocery shop.
I think it-
I feel like
Right.
you just have to be able to look at me in the eyes.
couldn't-
That's
Yeah, I like
If
heels.
you're-
I like 6-inch heels. So I mean, that's
There it is.
a tower
Okay,
over
so here
the
we go.
point.
I'm gonna. This is another misinformation that's thrown out there. Rob Henderson. Tall men were perceived as more socially attractive, better adjusted, more masculine, and as having a greater professional status when compared with short men, but not with men of average height. Shortness is more of a liability than tallness is an asset. Now, here's the best part. And how they broke this down, I don't know, but okay. So this is my favorite data set on height. A man who is 5'6" tall needs to earn an additional $175,000 per year to be as desirable as a man who is about 6 feet tall. 4 inches of height equals $175,000.
So you think an
Sounds
inch
about
is about
right.
$42,500, somewhere around there?
But then what if you're a midget then? The one like
Oh, they break this down by height, by the way.
still
So I
can't
can
be with
get
someone I don't
so
find attractive.
a 6'2", man. What do you think the percentage of 6'2" men are in the world? Because we had 6 foot. What do you think,
It's
6'2"?
between 10 and 7%, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there. Okay, so a 6'2" man can earn $30,000 less than a 6 foot man, and will be viewed as equally desirable.
Yeah.
So
I
if
can
we're
see
looking
that.
at money, if we're looking at assets and affluence to attraction levels, they're putting dollars and
Hey,
cents on
do
this.
you know what doesn't cost $175,000?
What's that?
Those fucking lifts that you can buy, those Balenciaga
I was
lifts.
gonna
You know what I'm talking about?
break
They
your
make
own
you like
legs.
3 or 4 inches taller.
Oh my
Have you seen the guy who spent $100,000 to grow 6 inches?
Several
Yes,
people have done that.
that's actually not an uncommon.
Yeah.
surgery.
No,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So
though.
for those you don't
you
know,
can
that,
take injections. What is it called? It's the growth hormone, and then
yeah, but
you have
HGH
to be
isn't
at a-
going to work
yeah,
once
it's not
your
gonna
once your
change your height,
growth
once
plates are
you're-
done. It's
yeah.
not going to change your plates. Or your,
it grew me an inch. Actually, I used to be 5'3". I'm 5'4" now.
well, what we're talking about is that'll break your femur and actually extend
Yes,
you
and
like
break
2 or
your
3
bones
inches,
and
Yes.
and then
grow
they
your
let it
bones.
they let it
Yeah.
grow
You
back.
have to learn how to walk and everything.
If you're a
looking
guy,
like that?
if you're a
Yes,
guy,
it's
and you are,
gnarly.
so the
Gnarly.
average height. Okay, do you guys know what the average height of the American male is right now?
I think it's 5'8".
5'8". But that's still too short.
It's actually
5'6".
5'10".
5'9".
5'9".
5'9".
We were all close, but
Yes, like Tom Cruise is 5'9" or 5'8", something like
He's
that.
shorter than
5'9",
that.
yeah.
Which is
But they always look taller, like in videos and stuff, because
Yeah.
like Lil Wayne's like shorter than I am, and I'm 5'4".
The fact that you thought he was tall anyway is crazy.
Well, they
It's
can
called
make,
camera angle.
And
if
he
they can
still
make
looks
full-grown
short.
men look like hobbits in the Lord of the Rings, we can do that.
I
It's not a trick.
It's my precious Smeagol.
If you are 5 foot, if you guys are 5 foot tall, it is $317,000 to look as well or to be as attractive as a 6 foot.
But you know what's weird with like the guys who I always attract? They're always like an inch taller. And then even when I was working at the Emmons, a bottle service girl, everyone would be like, Hillary, why the fuck do you always go for short men? I'm like, I don't know why.
Oh, you like short guys?
I do.
Oh,
I don't know,
okay.
but they have to be tatted.
Okay.
Do you think?
Yes.
Do you
Like
think?
the short little stocky ones?
Yeah, like the
She's like, you're short, but you got to be able to pick me up.
Right. No, but they have to be like a couple inches taller because like I don't really wear heels unless I have to.
Okay, hypothetical situation here. Now, you're getting married to a guy. He is exactly the same height as you. Okay, would you be happier with satisfied? You think you would have more stability in your marriage, whatever, if the guy was an inch taller than you or is exactly the same height as you?
Inch taller.
Inch taller.
Inch taller.
Yeah, that's a silly question.
That way I can wear an inch heel or half
So
an
you
inch
would-
heel.
Yeah, right.
So-
The old lady heel. Exactly.
Not be able to look up into your eyes.
I need
and,
a
like,
foot taller
You know,
for
like
sure.
Okay.
swoon
Well,
you,
oddly enough, Mr. Captain Sartain, there's a data set for this as well. Okay, a greater height difference in couples was positively related to the wife's happiness. This relationship,
like bar rescue.
This relationship dissipated after 18 years of duration. If you were married for 18 years, the long period of dissipation indicates a powerful impact of male height on female psychology.
Guys, you should look up. I'm not going to go over the whole thing now, but look up. Women have more orgasms because of a man's shoulder to waist ratio.
Wait,
the more broad his shoulders are, that women report having more orgasms.
So just like on bar rescue, when it's a certain bar level, that's when you buy more drinks.
I'm on going back to Rolodex.
Like like on bar rescue, like how if you're at a bar
this is
on bar rescue, it's just the same thing. When you're on bar rescue, he learns how, like, if you're at a certain bar and the table is not as high enough, then you won't buy more drinks or not.
Right.
So is it kind of like that?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is for bar rescue, but it sounds right.
It is.
Chase, can you play the fourth clip that I gave you? Because actually,
That's crazy.
it's a pretty good transition. Basically, going back to Danielle's question that she had just a little while ago, and we're gonna credit my man Homath once again. This is on TikTok. You will not be copyright striking me. This is on TikTok. You will see
this one with the scratch paper going on?
Yes, that's the one.
You got it.
The fourth one. So, guys, listen to this. Ready?
It is a tool for bringing balance
go back to the beginning?
dating
Can
market.
you go grab on the
standard
grab
female
and pull it all the
delusion
way to
chart
the end?
is this is the standard female delusion chart. It is a tool for bringing balance back to the dating market. The standard female delusion chart is replacing the old chart because there was some confusion. Here's how the chart works. We all know that only a few people are very dumb, most people are average, and a few people are very smart. This creates a shape called a bell curve. It works the same way with other traits like height and attractiveness. Most people are average. I received a lot of constructive feedback about the old chart. I was told that men and women match up evenly, but that's only true in long-term relationships. So this is how a woman would see men that she knows, maybe 25 men at most. The other 4 billion men, however, she would see like this. As you can see, most of us are disgusting. And if you are a male 3 or below, you're this cute little ghost. So, generally speaking, men rate women on a bell curve, and women rate men on a Jezebel curve. And of course, it's true that some men underrate women, but other men overrate women, and they are people, so it balances out. On the other hand, women rate men they do not know as 80% garbage. This model is supported by data from every dating app, by going outside and listening to women when they talk.
It depends on what he looks like, bro. Based on someone's personality, you could really hit it off with someone, but attractiveness is a big player of it. But that sounded very shallow.
And by being attractive. If you are a man who has moved past this line, you'll know what I mean. The standard female delusion chart can help keep women out of the sleeper zone, where they languish in emotional neglect, waiting for commitment that was never coming. It works by correcting ludicrous female perceptions, like this. Let's go through the chart piece by piece. You can pause on each one to let them sink in. This is how men see women. Normal. This is how women see men. Brutal. This is how women see themselves. Delusional. And this is how women rate other women publicly, everyone's a 10, and privately.
Yeah.
I'll go into more detail in an upcoming video on YouTube. For now, feel free to take a screenshot and use the chart yourself. Just make sure to credit me or I will sue. I'm also creating a comprehensive rating system to help everyone know their level. Once you know your score, just use this equalized chart to find your match. So, assuming standard female delusion, a female 6 matches with a male she sees as 3.8, a female 8 matches with a male she sees as 6.5, and a female 2 probably has hobbies, or an adorable fur baby. The standard female delusion chart can go a long way towards correcting female ridiculousness, but only if you're honest. If the standard female delusion chart makes you mad, stay mad forever. It's great for the algorithm. I'll be back soon with instructions for giving a fair rating. Until
This
then,
sounds like
good
the
luck.
Spanish dude.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much, Chase. Appreciate
awesome.
that. Awesome.
Kowalski, analysis.
Do you guys, do you ladies have any comments when you see that? Do you see anything? Basically describing a little bit more analytically what I tried to describe to Danielle. Do you guys have any feelings on that? I just told you, like, most of you guys think most men are trash on these dating apps, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. And I already told you a man over 6 feet tall and a man who makes $100,000 a year is like 2.3% of men. So do you see where he's coming from?
Are you talking about 100,000 a year legally or illegally?
Illegally, whatever.
Okay, I'm just asking.
I feel like a lot of that was true.
Yeah.
Especially when he ended with the women complimenting women. Like, it doesn't even matter. She can have one chipped
She is an
toenail,
angel and
we're still going to be like,
perfect, but
how
I'm human
dare
garbage.
you say that she looks crazy?
Yeah. You know, she is perfect.
We don't even know
but I'm
her,
garbage.
and we're still going to be like, don't ever
garbage.
talk about her. You know, and that's definitely. I do feel like most of that was very, very much true.
Yeah, but what did you think?
I agree with the female delusional part. I think it's interesting though, because it's like, okay, so wait, should we go into the dating world being like, okay, if I think I'm this, should I look for this?
No.
As a set of like back it down.
What you should do?
If you're a 6, you're looking for a 3.
That female.
Like, wait a minute.
That female attraction thing is real with short-term dating.
Okay.
Okay, it's real. Like legitimately, if you
see
are a
that.
girl who's like a 4 or a 3, you can fuck a lot of good-looking men.
Oh, for sure.
Right,
You guys all know that. But can you get them to commit? Again, one more time. Ready? When they gave Patrick Mahomes 10 years, $500 million contract, he was 22 years old.
Oh, right.
Okay? When Aaron Rodgers signed with the Jets at 39, they gave him a 1-year contract. You guys see the difference?
Yes.
Right.
They didn't want to commit.
Yeah.
So the answer is, it's not can you get on an NFL roster? You can. The question is, can you get the
stay there?
long-term deal?
Yeah.
Can you get the max contract? That's the question. Again, before you see some of these guys getting max deals, and then Kyrie Irving goes to the Mavericks, and they don't give him a max deal because he believes the fucking earth is flat. And that's essentially what happens. Okay?
It's true.
That's true. So that's what happened. He doesn't recognize that that's part of the problem. You're laughing because you know it's true. He actually does think the earth is flat.
I know.
Right? All right. So that's the issue you guys have to understand. It's like it's not about what job you can get. It's about what job you can keep.
Which I agree.
And so
I
that's
agree
where it
with
goes.
that.
That's where the term. Do you guys understand? So it's not unfair to say delusional because it is delusional. That's the problem. And that's the reason. It's not that women believing that they can get these men is delusional because that's not delusional. It's that they can keep them.
100%.
That's the issue.
I agree with that.
And the stats bear that out. And so what that causes is this massive mismatch of women who are getting, no offense, ran through by extremely good-looking or high-status guys over and over again, thinking that they're going to get these guys to settle down.
Yeah.
And then later on, there's a group of men like waiting until these women turn 30, 33 for their chance at their long-term dating opportunity after this whole situation has happened. But what do we know about situations when people have high body counts? Are they better in a marriage or are they worse in a marriage? What do you guys think?
Worse.
They have a less likelihood to pair bond.
So here's the question
Well,
I'm
I've
going to
got a
ask you.
stat for that. Couples who met online were 6 times more likely to get divorced in the first 3 years of their marriage than those who met in college or through family or friends. Romantic love may need to adapt to technology rather than the other way around.
So I'm going to ask you ladies a question. There was a survey done with 7,000 women. And yes, for those who've been watching me all week, this is the 4th time I'm bringing that up. If you've been watching me on Fresh Fit, then you're going to know the answer. The average number, first off, do you think body count matters as far as your ability to pair bond? You think it does?
think so.
Anyone who doesn't think it, that's fine. If you don't think it does, raise your hand. Raise your hand. You don't think it does?
I don't think it does.
You don't think it does? You don't think it does?
I'm like-
You don't think it does? Awesome. Okay.
I mean,
so-
there's limits. There's
Okay,
limits.
so here's what should happen. There's a survey of 7,000 women who are married, and what should happen is if what you're saying is true, and what you're saying is true, and what you're saying is true, the number of average sexual partners for a woman who did cheat should be the same number of sexual partners for a woman who didn't cheat. That's what it should happen because you guys said body count doesn't matter.
I cheat back,
I
okay?
said it matters.
Not that I cheat.
As you
but
said,
I
it does
cheat back.
matter. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to ask you for, guys,
Can I change my answer?
the average body count, the average body count for a woman before she gets married, for a woman who doesn't cheat. How many people do you think she slept with? Go ahead.
She's like, why you ask me?
A woman who doesn't cheat, what's her
Who's never
average
cheated? What do you think her
body
average body count is before she got married? We're not talking about any of you. Just say a number.
I was under 10.
Under 10, what do you think?
Yes, we're not convicting you. We're not incriminating you.
Probably at 10.
10, what do you think?
13.
13, what do you think?
Like between 5 and 8.
Between 5 and 8. She doesn't cheat. What do
I'm
you think?
definitely going with the 10.
10?
I'm going to say 10 to 15.
10, what do you think?
7.
Okay. The average number of sexual partners for a woman who
say
claims
2.
she does cheat or she has cheated, what do you think that number is?
Repeat the question.
The average number, so they surveyed
The cheater.
7,000 women. The women who admitted to have cheated, what is their average number of sexual partners? They did cheat. Not the women who didn't cheat, you said it was 10. The women who did cheat, what do you think it is? Do you think it's also 10? Do you think it's higher, lower? What do you think?
15 plus.
15. What do you think?
25.
25?
7.
7.
Probably like 20 to 30.
20?
Yeah, I'm
All right.
30 to 40.
30 to 40. What do you
I
think?
say 15.
15. Okay, so The average number of sexual partners for a woman who didn't cheat was 3.
That's it?
3.8, somewhere around that area. The average number of sexual partners for a woman who did cheat was 8.9, which means that the likelihood that the women who did cheat had 230% of the sexual partners of the women who didn't.
I'm fucking terrible then. Holy shit.
That's nasty.
Which means
it is nasty, right?
Which means, by the way, for men,
Make it nasty.
by the way, and for those guys who are going to come, the academics are going to come after me. Yes, does it affect men? It absolutely does. If men have more sexual partners, it does affect them. But you don't see the same disparity. Like you don't. And also the reason why
men like the 4.5%ers, like Jason Momoa,
the reason
Justin Waller, God knows who else.
The reason why male
Love you,
cheating
Justin.
statistics don't work is because men want to cheat and can't. Do you guys all you understand?
Totally.
So, like, for instance, there's this thing called the sociosexual group of men and women. Sociosexual are men who sleep with a lot of women, and sociosexual women would be women who sleep with a lot of men. Women who sleep with a lot of men sleep with them because they can. And they want to.
I was gonna say, I think they want to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they want to. They sleep with a lot of women because they sleep with a lot of men because they want to. Men who sleep with a lot of women sleep with a lot of women because they can, and there's a group of men below them who wishes they could sleep with a lot of women, but they can't. This is why sociosexual, and I'm going to have this debate with them, sociosexual should not be the same thing for men and women because they're two completely different groups. And this is also why cheating numbers for men aren't really valid to me, because there's so many men who live and they're the assistant manager at a Chick-fil-A in Des Moines and have no possibility of cheating.
Iowa.
Okay?
Oh, God.
So that's the reason why I would say that
Not
these
to
numbers are
mention they
different.
haven't even had sex that year.
Yeah, exactly. And they may, by the way, there's another thing. People have this miscalibration. They start believing that because people are married, they're having sex. Often, men who are married are the ones not having any sex.
Crazy,
Okay?
crazy.
It is absolutely
That's
madness.
wild to me.
Okay?